Just so you know, Kitty Cat, I'm recording right now. Yep. Welcome back to the Blissful Badger. Today, we're gonna explore the things that I got at the swap meet. It was another great find today, and of course, my cat wants to say hi. So, it's always fun to see what's available, and this time, there were not as many people as usual, but there was still a good selection. So I always try to make a quick pass to see if there's anything immediately must get. And the first aisle, I found some kill teams. So they had the Eldari Void Scarred, and I thought, yeah, okay, that's a good price. Let's see what else they have. And so I also found a Chaos Legionnaires kill team. And a little bit of haggling later, and $50. And so the second place I saw something that I just had to get, I have been looking for a way to expand my Votann army. That's still fairly new, but I've been wanting some Thunderkin and some Hearthguard. And the boxes are in a little bit beat up shape, but we checked while we were there, and everything is good. The Thunderkin does not have instructions, but that's not a huge deal. And the Hearthguard has everything, including the decals. So I have a nice little addition to my army, and that same person that had the Votann at slightly below half price because it was open also had a collection of Infinity models. And I've been interested in getting into Infinity, and I thought that this would be a perfect start. And all of that, let's get that centered. All of that was $100. So now I have an Infinity army. So I'm looking forward to painting that up and finding someone that also plays. But this seemed like an amazing deal. So the swap meet works by you hold the things at the booth and you go to the checkout and purchase gift coins. And then you return and give them to the people that have the items. This is a great way for the business to get a sale and also have the back and forth trading for people to actually get new things that other people are no longer looking for. So that was my first of the finds, and I usually go with 2 or 3 finds and then get the coins and bring them back. So I brought this to my car because, you don't want to overload your hands, and it's easier to find more things when you're unencumbered. But already, we found some more things for the Eldari, more things for the Votan, and another whole game that I've been looking for. Already quite a good find. But I always go back in for another pass. And so, pass 2, I found someone looking to sell a set of Alpha Strike mechs. 4 are already painted to a less than detailed level than I would want. So I will be priming over those, or stripping them and priming over them. But $13 mechs for $20 is absolutely something that I had to get. In the booth a couple over, I found a real grade tall geese. Now, this had been opened and the project had been started, but to get another real grade in my collection, and for $10, I figured that's still a decent project. And it looks like everything's in here, so I'm perfectly happy with that. And the same person had a bag of miscellaneous paints and brushes. And they said that they were duplicates. And there are several paints in here that I would like to try. I already know I like the AK, since I've purchased some of those. But there's also some Duncan Rhodes, and some Warpaint Fanatic, and a couple of Pro Acryl, and some more Army Speed Paint. And these brushes are probably going to be perfectly fine for washes. And this whole bag was $10. So that was my second purchase at the register for $40. And so I brought that to my car, because again, don't keep yourself encumbered if you don't need to. And then I always make a third pass, because again, so far, each of these passes has found something good. So, as I was going through, I saw a special weapons upgrade box, unopened. And I was like, with all of the Horus Heresy models that I have quite a few Mark 6 and some Mark 3 and maybe some Mark 2 in the future. I don't know that yet, but it's a high possibility. I figured having some special weapons would be a great add-on. And for $20, it was a little bit less than half price, so it was worth it. And at another booth, I found I also found the Elsa Bloodstone and Man-Thing character pack for $20. And since I had been talking about needing Blade or one of the others as a leader for Midnight Suns, I have someone I can I called it last night on several of these, but I now have a leader for the Midnight Suns. So that was pretty cool. And the same person also had a bolt action field manual and German Grenadier sprue. And it was $5. So I was like, I'm getting into bolt action. Might as well read this field manual and have a couple of more models. And as usual, as I was going for my third and final trip to the register, I realized the person who usually does the 5 for $1 dice was there. So I picked up $2 extra in coins so that I could get some D20s, because I just bought some Infinity, and although I know I have plenty of D20s at home, more is easily right, yeah? So now I have another 10 D20 for when I'm playing my Infinity. So I really love this swap meet because once every 3 months I get to just go have some fun and see what deals I can find in tabletop wargaming. And sometimes I don't find very much, and sometimes I find whole new game systems, or a huge stack of Battletech mechs. And, I mean, truly, for less than $300, this is quite a haul. I will have plenty of time spent on all of these projects. So, I can't wait, and I think my first project out of all of this will probably be one of the kill teams. So much extra hobby time here, and I'm looking forward to it all. Subscribe if you haven't, so that you don't miss any future videos. I also want to thank my patrons and supporters for making these videos possible. And until next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss.